Greetings, it is I. I have returned from death. Stream death. And I'm here to have a chinwag with everybody today. Now, I thought I'd fire up a stream, just chat, because I haven't streamed in a while. I've got nothing to actually talk about or play. I mean, I could play Starfield and just have that running in the background, but I don't know how it would go. So I thought instead I'd just come and interact with people. That's something I miss about streaming. I don't care about playing a game, sitting here, just getting invested in the same generic planet in Starfield over and over again, or playing something else. I just thought, hey, if I want to stream, I could just stream and say hello to everybody. So, Fizhy, that beard, yes, it needs to be trimmed because it's getting to a point where I can sort of like twist it up down here, and then I've got that. So it is getting a bit crazy. I shaved it off a few months ago, would you believe it, and then it's just come back. It's why I don't shave very often, because all I do is remove the beard, and then the next day I've got both a stubble and a sore face. So the beard is a fixture, even when it's gone. So there we go. Fishy Play Farming Simulator. Right, let's have a look through the chat, shall we, and see what people are saying. I want to say hello to everybody. So we got Mr. Enigma, Chrissa Death, Ikoza, Scarface 1/- Phoenix, Super Trooper, UGF Pandas, Man Ray, Nawaj Jaber. Apologies for mispronouncing your name. I assume I have. Please correct me on it on pronunciation. I'd love to know. Hafer Morgan, Sebastian. What's up? The ceiling. What the fuck? Amazon Alex A. What? Is everything okay? Keep the mustache when you shave. Why? Because for the love of Christ, it's been 10 years and your room is the same. Well, I can't do much about it at the moment. I'd love to redo it and sort it out, and or move somewhere else, but I guess I haven't got around to it. Fishy kind of looks like Swanson. You sound like that one Red Dead guy. Bros use beard growth tonic. Play Babdi again. Trains don't stop. Yeah, a mate of mine, he's in the chat, Big Jack, he sent me this t-shirt as a joke, and it came out a little bit weird because it was custom printed, but it's a screenshot of Trains Don't Stop from Babdi. Hair pomade. Yeah. With the Fishy with the 2014 noise cancellation shit. Oh, this stuff, it's falling apart, isn't it? But if I removed it, it would just half stick to the wall now. So it is there. I kind of like it. It just looks... Well, no, I don't like it. It looks horrible. But it is slowly falling off. Like, look. Look at that! It's just absolutely terrible. And now that I've removed it, what will happen is it will keep falling out. So if that happens at some point, I'll know before you do. But feel free to laugh at my expense. The squares are there to contain me. Exactly. They're there to contain some things. But the truth is... First time catching a stream. Hello, Holly Swaffs. Welcome to the stream. Why he look like a young Dumbledore? Oh dear. Trains don't stop. Indeed. Me and you share the first same name. Sorry, what's up? We share the same first name. Now I got you. Now I got you. That's cool. It's good to see you. Red Dead 2 or Starfield? Today? Neither. Neither today. Just wanted to come and have a little bit of a conversation and talk through some things. I don't know what those things are, but I thought, hey, you know what? The entire point of interacting is to interact. Harry, did you put your name in the goblet of fire? Fishy asked calmly. He needs to shave a bit and he'll look like Marco Dragic. Do you prefer Red Dead or Starfield? If I had to choose one, between the two, I'd choose Red Dead. It's so much easier to make content on because things can be reliably found quite easily. Whereas in Starfield, I've been trying to find this one encounter and it's taken me about 80 in-game hours and I still haven't found it. And it's just, yeah, it just pisses me off unbelievably. But from a sense of enjoyment in the game itself, I do enjoy it. But again, Red Dead's the better game. But they're not very similar. Ever going to review Mirage? Now, that's a tricky question. I would definitely like to answer it. I've heard from a few friends that you know, that at the very least the people who worked on it are have done so to create an earnest experience, so it's not completely off the table. I'm not going to say no, I'm not going to play it, but with this release hype period, I'll probably let that go and then find it second hand in game and then play it at some point, maybe on stream, but it won't be now, purely because I want to remove myself from that hype, because I don't want to play it out of obligation if I do. And if I do decide, oh, I kind of fancy that because I've got nothing going on, then I can just do it then. And that's kind of the idea. Devon, Big Jack, cheers for the super chat. But you could have just bought me a pint. You know me in real life. I really appreciate it, though, Jack. I think Starfield has many missed potential. Yeah, I agree with you completely. If you don't like Red Dead, you're deranged. Some people don't, and that's the truth. They're not necessarily deranged. They've got different priorities, and that's fine. Nah, bro, breaks the immersion. Understood? Hi, Ethan, it's been a long time. Hello, Kronos Gaming. It has been a minute. I haven't streamed in 2 months, so, you know, well, I haven't streamed in a couple months, and I can't remember the last time I streamed, but yeah. I think Starfield is utter shite, to be honest. Understandable. I don't think it's utter shite. I just think that there are some things about it that that work and others that don't, and that's kind of it. Did Fishy buy FC24? No. No, I did not. Are you a fan of Mass Effect? I fucking love Mass Effect. But I mean, I could easily install FC24 because I've got that EA thing, and I wouldn't have to pay for that. Just show you. Are you looking forward to covering any new titles soon? Well, obviously, you got Spider-Man 2 releasing later this month. I mean, that'll be fun a little bit. Calibrations. You like Fortnite? Not my thing. Not my thing. Your Red Dead Redemption 2 gang videos are golden. I appreciate that, Asylum Train. But I mean, obviously, Spider-Man 2 in a bit later in the month. I look forward to that. Could you please buy Cuckold Simulator? Would highly recommend it. It's far superior to Forspoken. I really hope you stream Alan Wake 2. I'll probably play it on my own and then give opinions on it where you don't have to watch me shit myself or have an aneurysm when you realise it's nothing like the first one. But there we go. It's been so long since I played Alan Wake that I can barely remember it. I just remember sort of like mindfuckery. But that's kind of what that studio specialises in. So, yeah. If anyone could get away with creating a sequel to a game and have it be entirely different in every way, it would be Alan Wake. And, yeah. It's, by the way, it's been a while. You look older. Yeah, time has happened. But maybe I'm dying. Play Calm Down Starlin. It's only £2 or £3. Calm Down Starlin. What is that? I'll have to look for that. I'm not going to show you Steam. I presume it's on Steam because it sounds like a Steam game. I'm not going to show you Steam in case it has a penis in it. Calm Down Starlin. Okay, here we go. Why is there a VR version? Enemy invasion timer. Okay, right. Yeah, I don't know. Let's read the description. Calm Down Starlin is a game where you directly control your hands to threaten your enemies with nuclear weapons by moving your finger closer to the button while signing important state papers, answering the phone, dealing with your subordinates, and most of all, fighting the stress of your position by smoking your pipe and any other available means. Features: directly control your arms to move things around and interact with them. Smoke your pipe to reduce stress and prevent shaking hands. A set of useful tools and annoying distractions. I need to mute that because it's now playing music at me, but that's fine. A story mode that unlocks more items to use, and endless mode to challenge yourself and your friends for high score. This is my first live stream I've been to ever. Well, welcome. Has anyone told you you look older? That's crazy. Time has passed and you have aged. What's the phenomenon? Maybe I shouldn't have aged that quickly, but I have, apparently. Just wondering when you plan to release the Red Dead Redemption 2 anniversary video. It'll be after I've made it. I mean, I'm a bit of the way through recording that playthrough for that video. It might not be on time. Okay, it might be at a later date, later in the year, when I've not got anything else to do. Because truth be told, there's a lot going on at the moment. It might not be on time, purely because it's a huge undertaking and there are other things to get done as well. It's not the biggest undertaking in the world. There are people who will do it probably far more in depth and better than me because they're wordsmiths compared to my absolute tomfoolery. Fishy, what's your dream car, mate? What's my dream car? The Honda fucking Jazz. That's my dream car. But yeah. The world is going to shit, is it? Or has it always been shit? The overpriced Red Dead Redemption port is getting a 60 FPS patch. Do you think that Red Dead Redemption 2 has a chance of getting one? You'd hope so, but you never know. Nothing with Rockstar makes sense. Did you get emotional when Arthur kicked the bucket? Yeah, sure. Hey, it can't be a car you have. I drive a Ford Mondeo, so... Yeah, and before it I had a Vauxhall Astra. And the gearbox died. I mean, the clutch died, and then I replaced the clutch, and then about a year later the gearbox decided to die as well. And I thought to myself, getting a gearbox in that car would cost more money than the fucking thing is worth. So I went, oh, I fancy a Mondeo. And so I... What's playing? I can hear something. I can hear something playing from my PC. Maybe I'm getting paranoid. Hope no one just got spoiled for Red Dead Redemption 2, lol. I mean, it has been 5 years. Would make a beard joke, but as a beard guy, I'm jealous. I wouldn't be. It's a messy, messy beard. It needs to go, but it will just come back. I've been hearing a fan this whole time, and night sounds. Schizophrenic. Hi, Ethan. Hello, Lauren. Ethan's got the shits. Do I? What's got me the shits? Oh, is it me hearing things? Okay. L gearbox. Yeah, it was the 1.4 Astra J, and that apparently the gearbox in that specific car is known for dying. So I wasn't too upset about it, as you can imagine. I just thought to myself, right, I need to replace that. So earlier this year, I changed it, and I got a Ford Mondeo 2017 titanium, and it's lovely. It's, you know, it's a bit of a heavier car. It's longer. It has parking sensors because otherwise you can't feel the extremities of it, but it's all right. Did you see the news about arrests at Ubisoft? Yeah, I did see the news about that. That's nice, isn't it? How is Starfield in your opinion? There's a game in there that I enjoy, but it very much so does kind of stumble on its own concept. And the procedural generation is probably the explanation for that. If 99% of the game is procedurally generated, then 99% of the game has no meaning. That's just how it is. Because you can give a machine all the information in the world, but if it doesn't... But because it's a machine and it's not a person who's done something with specific intent, it will have no meaning. And that's what it is. How old are you? Younger than I look, which is probably a bad thing. I have my own YouTube channel, but only video is not that good. That's alright, just keep posting, you'll keep learning. That's the joy of it, you know. If you keep at it, you eventually you'll be like, oh, my videos are alright now. And then a few years later you'll look back and you'll go, no, they weren't, but they were for where you're up to. And then your quality just improves and improves and improves, and I would know because I don't do that. Hi, big fan here. What's the best game you played this year? I haven't played many. Jedi Survivor, I quite liked. I mean, I have been enjoying Starfield, but from the perspective of making content on it, it absolutely hurts. I also have my own YouTube channel. I'm glad to hear it. What's the new history video about? The new history video? There's a new one? There's a new one? I didn't think there was. I haven't posted one on there in about 2 weeks. So I have a few ideas, but there's nothing that we've actually actively started working on. But we usually get moving pretty quickly on that channel, so I don't think it would take too long. I'd like to do a video about the gunpowder plot, but there's a lot of traps with that you need to not fall into to avoid the video becoming generic. And so it's about navigating those and getting those listed, and then we know how to avoid them or how to turn them into jokes. and that's kind of what we're up to. But the last one was about the Suez Canal. Connor was away for about several months, sailing around the world, all sorts, and one of the videos that he's come back with and put together is about the Suez Canal. There are a couple of other bits in there that we could turn into content. There's not much because he had other reasons to be sailing than decades, but it's possible. You could recreate the gunpowder plot. Yeah, I could do that, and that would get me arrested. So I probably won't do that. You do a video about France and why French people are annoying. What makes French people annoying? I'd love to know why you don't like French people. Somehow Red Dead Online is not dead yet, and I'm happy about it. How's it not dead? One arrest. One arrest? Sorry? Yeah, one arrest. About the gunpowder plot idea. No. I think it'll be about being comedic, and obviously there's no point going to London because the London that existed back then versus the London that's there now are completely different. So I like to avoid I try to avoid London as much as possible. I'm not a big fan. My French teacher used to threaten to beat the class with a baguette. Yeah, I know how it feels to be on the receiving end of a baguette now, thanks to the Suez Canal video. There was a little bit of poking fun at... You can watch that video on Decades if you're interested. You'll understand then. One kid will probably say, make a time machine. If I could, I would. What's your favourite dinosaur? Oh, God, I need to think of a really obscure dinosaur. I mean, the most obscure off the top of my head is the Diplodocus, but it's not awfully obscure. It's just a big, long neck. And not even one that enhances height. I'm from New Zealand. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're tuning in. Yes. My favourite dinosaur must be the Diplodocus, because some people just don't know how to pronounce it. You played any of the Gothic games? I can't say that I have. Opinion on Sadie's arse. You do realise that those are pixels on a screen, right? Diplodocus is my favourite. They just look cool. The dinosaur with 500 teeth is my favourite dinosaur. Very chill vibes for a dino. Oh, indeed. Favourite Arkham game? It will have to be... Honestly... Probably Arkham City. What are your thoughts on the possibility of a Red Dead Redemption 3? From a narrative perspective, as long as it doesn't cross wires with the story that's been told and goes off and does its own thing and explores basically more of just the Red Dead universe, then I'm all for it. I mean, it would make me money as well, wouldn't it? So, yeah. It's currently 8:30 in the morning. Wow. Have you got any stuff to be doing on this day? Tell me. Greetings from Norway. Have you finished Starfield? I've done a full playthrough of Starfield. I wouldn't say I've finished all of the content there is to do. That doesn't mean all the content there is left I will deem worth doing. I mean, I'm trying to do some content on some of the more interesting stories that can be found in the world of in the game's many worlds, and that means trying to trigger an encounter that just won't work. It just won't. I've been trying for like 80 hours of my life. Have I tried? And it does sound interesting. It would just be nice if it was in a fixed location instead of randomly generated so it can never spawn in favour of fucking grandma. But yeah. Any other thoughts on doing Fallout lore videos? I think the market on Elder Scrolls and Fallout lore videos is completely cornered by people who understand those universes far better than I ever could at this point. So, hey, Fishy, favourite Assassin's Creed? Is that actually Phil? It'll be between 2 and Brotherhood, I reckon. Somewhere like that. Opinion on Fallout 3? Yes, it's good. I wish I could bless chat with the Arthur Morgan picture I found, but I might actually be committing a crime in the process. Several crimes. Favourite Halo? Oh god, favourite Halo? Halo 3 is obviously the answer I would give, but I'm also quite fond of Halo 2, and I also like Your Time Is Fucked. What's that? AC Mirage is what I expected than Valhalla. Yeah, has anyone actually played... I want to ask if people in the chat who have played Assassin's Creed Mirage what they think, actually. Purely curious. I'd love to sort of hear some thoughts on it from people who have played it. Does Abigail have an STD? I read that as an SUV for a second there. Can you imagine that? Fucking Abigail rocks up in the Nissan Juke. Probably going to get it next week. Fair enough. Never understood the whole point of the tragedy of John. Was Jack becoming a gunslinger? Yet he apparently became an author and had a family. That's an Easter egg in a different game, so don't try to take it as doctrine. Fishy, have you had any breakups or have advice for them? Advice for breakups? Oh god, no, it's not a one-size-fits-all situation, so I'm not going to pretend that it is. But, and do what we all do. Go to the gym. No. Looks like I joined at the perfect time. Mirage suffers from it being a potential DLC, yet they tried to make the most out of it. That's similar to what I've heard from a few people who say it's earnest, but it is limited by what it is, and that is kind of where it is. Holy crap, it's James. Oh, it's Labours. Labours? Fucking a Carrick. It's mediocre. The parkour is still magnetic. The combat feels slow and incomplete. The voice acting is horrid, along with the faces. The only good thing is the stealth. Oh no. Oh no. That's... I mean, a few people have told me that there are some things about it that are alright. And I mean, these are people that I do trust with when it comes to their opinions. And that's cool. That's cool. Lamers, to be honest. Oh no. How you doing, James, anyway? If you played one Assassin's Creed, you've played them all. I beg to differ on that front. If you play one Assassin's Creed, you probably haven't played Assassin's Creed. That's what we're up to now, but hey. Now, the faces are okay. It's better animated than the last two games. Yeah, but that's like comparing a robot to another robot, isn't it? I mean, the faces are messed up like Bethesda faces, where it somehow adds to the charm of the game. I don't know, that charm is wearing thin with Bethesda as well. I noticed that in Starfield when some of the faces, I look at them and I go, oh, Christ. What's the next big event? I don't think there is one. I mean, nah, man, the new AC is a banger. What makes you say that? I'm interested. What makes you say that? How many friends do you have? Well, that I'd consider friends or people that I know. Oh, it says the ads are going to run shortly for some viewers. I'm not going to let that happen if I can avoid it. But there you go. Fishy's Horror Games Night. What's your favourite food? Oh, God. Really, really spicy curry. I'm doing decent, mate. Doing decent. That's what I like to hear. Baghdad as a setting is perfect for traversal. I stayed above the ground most of the time. Yeah, I can respect that. I found a Cornwall and kerosene barrel at the Strange Man Hut, not far from Pleasant, where you can find also Friday Cornwall and kerosene barrel connection, maybe. People say Mirage is good, but 90% of what it is they returning mechanics they removed to capture nostalgia. Did they even remove the mechanics though? This is something that that I've thought about a little bit. I look at it and I go, they didn't really. They watered down mechanics more than they removed things, and they turned and there was a bit of a conflation between what the effect of the mechanic is versus why it's present, and as a result, what happened was you just got like a watered down version of things, and those aspects were largely still there, albeit sometimes shitter. And so I don't really know what to make of it. I would imagine Leo K's video on Mirage Perfect probably echoes what my thoughts would be if I played Mirage and also still cared and felt optimistic. You see, this is the thing. Like, I've not like ruled out the idea of firing it up, giving it a go and feeling it out, because I'm detached enough now to know that if I were to do that at some point, I could just shut up about it if I don't like it, which is likely. I don't know, because I haven't watched it. I have actually watched what Leo K's thoughts are on it, and there are some things that that raised my eyebrows, if that makes sense. God bless that fucking beard. Thank you very much. But it's like I said earlier, if I were to play that game, it would be after the hype period, purely for my own satisfaction, and then I'd probably never talk about it again. The stealth set pieces in Mirage are all so much fun. Being able to use tools and environment reminds me a bit of Dishonored. You play watered down Witcher with hidden blades and you will be happy. That's the Ubisoft motto. They should get that printed on their front door. Why you stop reviewing trees? Oh no, there was a story in the news about a tree. I don't know why I like rubbing my beard so much. I need to stop that. It's because it keeps falling onto my face. It's because I need to shave. AC Mirage is the best modern AC game. They're all modern. None of them were released in 1066. But if you mean latest, of the latest, I don't actually find it too hard to believe. Thoughts on John Marston's dead daughter? Basically just got retconned out of existence, didn't she? I request one thing, just one. Where is Solomon? I actually don't know. He's gone for a walk. That seal has gone on an adventure, and I couldn't tell you where he is. What's your longest friendship? Well, I mean... Well, it's a difficult one to answer, because that requires me to have good long-term memory, of which I usually do have good long-term memory. You kind of look like a Viking. Mistimed that. What did you mistime? High praise. What's high praise? It's a bit overhyped, but it's a step in the right direction. But Quebec being a part of Red is concerning. I mean, yeah. It's clearly not their intent to keep doing these games that focus entirely on those things. And that's true. But where was I? What was I actually responding to? Solomon? Solomon's gone for a walk. Sorry, I've completely forgot what I was trying to respond to. I need to remember. If it Majestic, don't you dare shave. Don't let peer pressure win. Peer pressure's telling me not to fucking shave it, man. Mirage will probably be the last AC game I play, because I honestly have zero confidence in whatever the fuck Red and Hex will be. I mean, I've always avoided using the word never, because I just don't give a shit anymore. I have stopped by a few people's streams to see how the game looks and to hear what they've been saying about it, and I've interacted with a few people privately, and they've said some things to me about it, and you know, it doesn't sound fucking awful. I don't know. I couldn't tell you if it was good or bad, but in the end of the day, it's just another Assassin's Creed game, and I've got to weigh up if that's worth time, let alone anything else. Play Mortal Kombat instead. Good idea. Enjoying your stream. It's like I said, I wouldn't do it any time that I had something else to do, like now. How old are you? One of them. One of the ages. Please play AC Mirage. I am playing it right now and it is awesome. Right. Like I said, I'll take it into account. I'll take it into consideration. But I'm not going to do it in a hype period, because that would be doing it out of obligation, of which I feel I have none. Basin or Eivor? Basin or Eivor? Oh, you mean Basim? Okay, no clue. I'm 11. Jesus, you're young. I mean, you're in New Zealand, which is more information than you should probably have shared in that case. But yeah. Fish, you don't look a day over 20 or 40. One of the ages. Exactly, mate. Exactly. Please stream Outlast 2. It'd be fun. It probably would. Fuck me. Basin, lol. It did it again. I thought, or did you mean... Or did he deliberately do it that time? Ethan can't stop being friends with me. He knows too much. Seen too much too. You've committed crimes. Hello, Waxy. How's it doing, by the way, mate? It's good to see you. Back in the last stream. You probably streamed more than me of late, which is very easy to believe, actually. Or have you? I don't know. Basehead is my favourite hidden one. What's your predictions for Red Dead 3? You put on a cowboy hat and you ride a horse. I'm pretty good. How about you? Yeah, not too bad. We're just here to have conversations about things. Revised opinions on the Red Dead port. What have they done? Like what would cause me to revise my opinion? AC Mirage is a little bit of there's like a little bit of AC Unity. How is it a little bit of? I would love to know how it's a little bit of AC Unity. I have played a little bit of Red Dead Redemption 1. Yeah. What do you think? You've committed crimes against Skyrim and its people. What say you in your defence? You'll never take me alive. 60 FPS. Or just that it's been out a while. I'm wondering if your opinion's changed. It's just Red Dead Redemption. You can't go far wrong with it in truth. Even at 30 FPS. But 60 FPS is a nice touch. You know that one glitch that gets you into buildings with the lantern and pistol? No. No, I don't. Red Dead 3 ain't going to happen until 2030. Probably not, no. It's good after the patches, guys. Trust me, bro. Red Dead 1's better than Red Dead 2? They're more or less even. It's the only difference between 1 and 2 is the advancements of when it came out. So 2010 versus 2018 is a huge difference. There's some callbacks to Unity, and Basim is... How do you have callbacks to Unity? It's set 900 years before. Some callbacks to Unity, and Basim is sort of childish. Like, I know. Sorry, that's gone somewhere else than what you mean. I suppose I understand what you mean. I mean, I probably would if I played the game, but I've not done that yet, have I? Rave to celebrate Fizhy. I could do that. I could throw a rave. I have done it before. Thrown a rave in Manchester, actually. It was lovely. Everyone left. Favourite crimes to commit? All of them. I love crime. My PC has superpowers. Turns into oven. Will I play Red Dead 2? You're there with your radiation-heated pizza. They both elevate each other. The Red Dead Redemption games, I mean. Yeah, exactly. It's like a nice balance. I'm sorry, but if you've seen the intro of Mirage, it's good. I've seen very little. I've seen a couple people running around in the open world on stream, not doing an awful lot story-related, out of curiosity. I meant some missions reminded me of Unity's. One part is a literal copy of the Napoleon mission. Ah, okay, cool. I don't remember that either. It's been so long. Favourite guys from Four Pillars? Look, I like them all. I like all three of them. I've been doing content alongside them for that long that yeah, I can't choose between them. That's like choosing a favourite tumour. But I could certainly say that I do enjoy chatting with them whenever I get the opportunity. Love watching a Fizhy stream while dropping a feces. Opinions on Starfield? It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. That's where I go. The opening of Mirage feels like if AI wrote an AC plot. That just makes me want to see it. Basin has autism. I'm going to regret this stream, aren't I? Favourite game reviewer? I don't really watch an awful lot of game reviewing. I don't even do an awful lot of game reviewing these days. Like, I go, what's the point in a review? What is the actual point in one? To give you a rough outline of a game, followed with some I feel this. I could just cut out the rundown of the game and say that. I understand that reviews are the way things are done, but then you see a number slapped on something. He goes, yeah, how did you get to that conclusion? And also, everyone just forgets about what you've said. All they're concerned with is the fact that you've now given that game an 8 out of 10 without elaborating on what 8 out of 10 actually means. Loved your Jack the Ripper documentary on the Decades channel. I appreciate that, Harsh. It was a fun video to make, I would say, but it was a pretty hard going one to make, but it was fun to make. If you had to bomb one area of the UK, where would you pick? Don't worry, your answer has absolutely zero effect on anything whatsoever, I promise. Just a quick question. Nobody in this chat is from the authorities, are they? That would be important. Jack the Stripper and Basin collab when? I would actually give AC Mirage a 10 out of 10. How do you come to the conclusion, though? Do you speak any other languages than English? Not anywhere near remotely close to fluently, no. And for the most part, it's absolutely no. My channel name is Brocker230. I can read. I can read that. The Poop Ripper. Oh no, it's the Poop Ripper. FBI, open up, motherfucker. Okay. I even love the Decades content. Cheers. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. There's a lot of work that goes into that, and I do my best to make it fun, I guess. My name is Fishy Rules. No, it's not. It's Tiny Man 2. Amazon Alexa A. If you okay, that's the question about bombing a part of the UK, which I'm not answering. Somebody said, "Do you like Manchester?" Yes, all right. If you had to pick where to bomb, I'd pick North Korea. What were we talking about again? Jesus, I can see that this is not going to be a conductive conversation. When's the next absurd history facts coming? When I've compiled 25, I don't do it quickly. I don't throw those videos together. I've got to find the fact. And then I've got to do extensive research on the one fact to make sure that it actually is true. And if it's not, if there's a funny angle to debunking it, I'll still use it, but I'll debunk it. If there isn't a funny angle to debunking it, I have to go and find another fact. And that just comes up bit after bit. And sometimes there are funny facts that come along that just sort of like casually crop up in your Twitter thread. And you go, that's interesting, let's look into it. Or you just go researching through whatever material you have to hand and you find some cool stuff, but you've got to find 25, so it takes as long as it takes, and I'm in no rush. Let's go. Fishy content FTW. It's Joe with a $5 super chat. Cheers, Joe. It's been a while since I've actually spoken with you. How's it going? Fishy is alive, not like Tyler. I guarantee you Tyler is infinitely more alive than I feel right now. Fishy, do you collab with Mr. Boss for the win? Never. No. I think there are some things that I can say I would honestly not want to do based on what I know. And that's not to say anything about the guy, but I'm just not interested. But it's not even an option, so there's no point talking about it. Tyler is MIA. Only externally. Tyler is down under. Dead is alive for him. But I'll do it. Joe Raptor. Jordan's alright. I've got no reason to do much with him, but I can appreciate him from a distance. 10 out of 10, good and interesting story for being a prequel. Good combat, back to being stealthy, playing as an assassin, smaller map, but great. Very good graphics, etc. It's just a very good 10 out of 10 AC game. Interesting. I have watched a couple of Mr. Boss's videos. Fair enough. What do you think is causing Ubisoft to stagnate when it comes to graphical improvements? Mirage looks worse than Unity. It's not so much stagnating on the graphical improvements as much as looking at the graphical improvements and going, well, looking at the graphics and going, it'll do. That's how that's all due respect. We heard you the first 50 times. What? I forgot Mirage came out. Honestly, I did until the morning it did come out, and I was looking through Twitter and people were talking about it all over the place. So I thought, oh, okay. Cool. Imagine a Fishy film. Reviews, but it's just the parts of films that make Fishy laugh. That would be a very quick film review. Mirage is much better looking graphically than Unity, and I love Unity. You see, the thing is, right, Unity didn't actually have much graphical going for it. It was just really powerful lighting. But I don't know about that. Fishy opinion on Days Gone. I haven't actually played that since it came out. What do you think of it? Phil, we did some videos on it, so I think I'm going to watch it for a minute. Yeah, Phil's doing videos on it. It can't be too bad. He likes that stuff. Go back to being Fishy Yarpster. No. I'd lose the tick next to my name on some platforms. And while I don't care, it's there. Might as well have it there. The only film that would make a decent review video at that point would be The Boy in Striped Pajamas. Well, what I'll tell you exactly how that video would go. Hey guys, it's Fizhy here. We're reviewing The Boy in Striped Pajamas, but I'll only show the parts of the film that make me laugh. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope to catch you soon. If you're gonna suggest that I laugh at that I laugh offensively at films that are supposed to evoke other emotions, I can think of a few better ones. I'm playing AC Mirage on a PS4 in HDR on a 55-inch TV, and it looks great. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I am glad you're enjoying it. Mirage can't be a 10 out of 10 since it is a weaker game compared to any of the Ezio games or even AC1. Saying it's a 10 out of 10 is completely false, and it fucks up basic mechanics that started the franchise. I can see there is a duality in people's opinions here. This makes it even more interesting, but please don't fight each other. I promise we can get to a conclusion civil. Do you prefer when movies and games hire celebrity voices or largely unknown actors? Largely unknown actors, usually. Because, look, if you look at a film with The Rock in it, you know that he's playing The Rock. You know who The Rock is. You expect him to be The Rock. But if you see a film with some random guy you've never seen before in it, you associate that guy with that character, and it's great. You know, you've got to be very, very sparing with big, massive actors, I think. Mirage is the best AC since Origins. It sounds like it could be the only AC since Origins, based purely on criteria. Fast 10 is clearly the best film of the year, family out of 10. Getting my eyelids torn out is the best activity since getting kidney stones. Right. Mirage is a 20 out of 10 because the protagonist canonically wears a wolf top at some point, like a Tumblr girl. You see, that's something that I just can't get out of my head. Every video I've spoken about that game, it comes up because I can't remove it from my head. They thought that was a good idea. I mean, as a joke, it kind of makes some sense, but then you realise that you've got to somehow take this seriously afterwards, and that goes out the window when that's still on display. Good evening, all. Good evening to yourself. What's your favourite cancer? How have you seen how your Red Dead Redemption 2 thumbnails are widely used on Reddit as memes? Yes, I've seen it's the Dutch Vandalin brain injury theory video, the one where I'm sort of like, well, it could be possible, but it makes no sense long term and cheapens the narrative, and it's just Dutch sat there and it says brain injury. That I've seen that one. Are there others that get used as memes? Or is it just that? And every now and then it shows up on Twitter somewhere as well. And there's so many. There's so many. Look, there's a ton of them. A ton of what? An ungodly amount. So what's the Reddit called? What's this particular Reddit called? Okay, buddy, black lung user spotted. Is that the Reddit? Your thumbnails are so cool, by the way. I haven't seen anyone make better. I have. Regularly. Firstly, there's one where the caption is homosexual with Micah. r/okay buddy black lung. Right, okay. Okay, buddy black lung. Micah Bell has died. Please upvote. Okay. I can't find any memes of myself here. I am trying my best to find these memes. I don't know where to look. They got like 4 jokes. Your thumbnails are usually in the replies. Okay. Right, Let's find something. Instant ejaculation is in the replies there. That's nothing to do with me. Okay, let's have a look. I need to find basically someone giving an unpopular opinion. Oh, here we go. Brain injury. It's there. It's there. It's on it's on. If John died at the end of Red Dead Redemption 1, then how is he Red Dead Redemption 2? How is he in Red Dead people? Oh yes. It's just stuff like that. It's there, and then somebody's made like a version of it that's John that says "fucking idiot," and I don't know if that's an actual video or if that's like a thing. So it's a meme on this subreddit, and that's where it's come from. Is that what you're telling me? I sent you one of the memes. Homosexual affair with Micah, and it's just Bill. Oh dear, oh dear. Is this like? Has somebody explicitly stated that they've based these off the thumbnails that I've made in the past? Or are these just Chinese Rock's font, which is the font used for the title of Red Dead Redemption, and then just an image from the game, of which I clearly am not the inspiration for? You've unintentionally created a genre. Right, I will take that. I will fucking own it. Okay, that's quality. That is quality. So I've created a genre of very obscure Red Dead memes in which people ask if others have brain injuries or other unlikely points made, followed by a question mark. I've seen people say it's based on you. Okay, okay. Well, as long as they don't hate me too much for it, I'm okay. I mean, I don't necessarily like being disliked too much, but I don't mind being the brunt of a few jokes. It is quality. So I've created so I've basically just your brain injury thumbnails used for BCS 2. What's BCS? Alright, Fishy, god of the meme. If I've accidentally created a subgenre of meme, Slipping Jimmy, this one says, and it's just John with that font sort of layout, but it's not like a thumbnail style. So is this like a memes? Is this like a memes thing, like subreddit purely? I presume it is. Better Call Saul. What's funny is I was wondering if you knew. I know that brain injury is a meme, and rightly so. But I didn't know how extensive it was. I just see it shared like every other day somewhere at least. Is ironic shit posting subreddit for Red Dead 2. Right, okay. I can see that. There's a bell here that says Michael. There's some things on here that are genuinely funny. But no, I genuinely, I don't think I knew how extensive this was. And Out of the Asylum's another one, but okay, I'll take it. Yeah. So what's happened here is I've accidentally done something. Did you think about getting on Lunacast? Lunacast? Is that like a podcast I said I'd be down for doing or something at some point? I remember it rings a bell. Perhaps, yeah. You know, somebody needs to reach out to me via one of the many means in which you can do that, and I will get back to you. Yes, it will be doable. First time being on stream. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, I'm just scrolling through this subreddit looking for deep memes. Deep memes. Now I'm just Red Dead related memes. I love it. I love it, the memes. Hang on a minute. I'm getting sent some by Jack. Are you making these? Because one's just Bertram's juicy cock and balls. Like, we can't be having that. Like, are you making these? Are you fucking making these? Like, Jack, answer the question. Are you making them or are you actually finding them? No, he's finding them. He's finding these memes, guys. He's finding stuff like this. That. What is that? What is that? Why is that a thing that exists? Yes. I'll take it though. There's some lovely. There are some sophisticated memes on this subreddit. I'll give you that. Well done. So apparently that's something that Jack has located. Best Red Dead joke, probably my channel. There's a version of the brain injury thumbnail with Duchess Fee. Fair fucks. Oh god, there's one with Micah getting shot in the face. Brain injury better be in the replies. It's not. Missed opportunity. Oh god. There are some genuinely funny ones that are being crafted here. I'll give you the details about Lunacast later. Cheers, Waxy. It's my podcast with Zonka's guys and Duke Meister. We would love to have you on right now, but right now we're a little busy. Soon we'll set up a time. Yeah, no rush, mate. Just reach out when you're ready. Of course, I'll come on your podcast, pal. No problems at all there. We'll have a proper chinwag, shoot the shit for a bit, and yeah, they're happy with that. There's a version of Brain Injury where it's just Sean before he gets shot. Brain injury? Bang. I'm just trying to find some proper funky, oh god, memes. It needs to be done. It needs to be done. I'm just trying to find where I'd be in the responses to. What next video? Me exploring memes created about me. I couldn't think of something more egocentric if I tried, and right now this is bad enough. So, seen the Waxy LA Noir clip? I don't know if I have, to be honest with you. What's that about? I'm currently staying in an apartment in North Korea, helicoptering my penis around in the okay, stop it. You've created a monster. What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? You did Brain Injury and Professional did Waffle Maker. What's Waffle Maker? What's that? Is that another version of a similar is it that another inspiration for this meme so I don't have to feel responsible anymore? So you know Jack Kelso, right? From LA Noir, yes. You know, it's towards the end of the story when the narrative starts to go off the rails a bit. From one British dumbass to another, you're the best British YouTuber. I highly doubt that, but I appreciate it. Have you seen the edits of Bertram? Where was it? Like that? Like this? I've seen that. It's been a while since I've played LA Noire, so I don't necessarily remember all of the narrative beats, but I think I know, yeah. Jack's still sending me, like, copious Red Dead related memes. Like proper shit posts. Like, let me bang another one up for you to see. Like this. Like that. Was anyone else crying? Oh, sorry, was anyone else also crying during Arthur's goodbye to Mr. Banana? I don't necessarily understand it, but I have seen it now. Have you seen Benjamin Baron Davis as an NPC in GTA San Andreas? No. But apparently there are some deep Red Dead memes out there. Nothing to do with me. People have taken that and run with it. All I did was make a stupid video about brain injury to please a sponsor that I didn't want. Honestly cried when Mr. Banana had to go. Me too. Me too. Red Dead Redemption meme review. That would be such a pivot for me. Like, just suddenly we're reviewing all the juiciest, zestiest Red Dead memes. And yeah, I tried to just check the pinned post. Has all of them. The pinned post has all of them. Brain injury is the tag. Post all, little picture cards. Post all of them. Send your entire collections of the stupid images with the text. This is the official thread. Post them all. I want all of them. No. Who let the simpleton out of the asylum? I got some Spanish. John Marston a cuck. Arthur, we need to kill Mike. Oh, I can't show you this in case there's something a bit bawdy on here, but oh no. Is there a law reason for your brain injury? You can't fight nature. Is Dirch bully Faith? Go outside and touch grass. I'll have to like pin the link. I know. I hate that I know the pictures. I'll pin the link. Have a look. It's oh god, it's funny. I like this one though. I might have to start using some of these myself if they will let me. If they will give me that like that. Go onto the stream. What fucking image format is that? WebP. That might do it. If I save it as a PNG, maybe it'll work. There, see? This. Like that. That is quality. If anyone ever beefs with me online, you're getting slapped with that. There is a nice watermark there. So everyone will know who made the meme. And that's important, because the meme is funny. Well done to... Menth something. Is that actually what it says, or is that in the game? I can't tell. Post nut clarity. Fishy, are you on Discord? Not an awful lot. There are some servers you can find me in, but not an awful lot. The fuck? Somebody... You what? So I've just got a message of somebody called Lumbago, and they've got that fake bio status thing that I think it's a bio status because it's got like an exclamation mark upside down. It says user is suspected to be part of an online terrorist organization, and they've just sent me some Red Dead meme. God no, Fishy no. I'm not showing you that. You can't fight nature, Arthur. I think it's deliberately set as like a status because you... No, actually, it's not. No. For some reason, they have actually been labelled as a terrorist organisation. Is that right? Oh, right. Okay. Cool. Why haven't I come to the streams before? This is awesome because I haven't made very many. Okay, there's some funny ones in there. So this is like a mega thread of every meme relating to brain injury going. Some of these are pretty good. Some of these are pretty entertaining for reasons that they shouldn't be. Like, for example, itchy balls. I don't know why you amuse me as so, but you do. Let me quickly, remove that from the screen. That's nice. Well done. Well done to whoever made these. You have made my week. Do a Scottish voice. I'm not from Scotland, so I'd botch it. Are at all interested in AC Mirage? Teetering, put it that way. Fizhy has... Who's commented Fizhy? Jack, why have you just commented Fizhy has found you? They should never find out. They should be appreciated from a safe distance. Random shit is funny, yes. You were once Laser's slave, and now you are his master. That is true. I have overthrown James. You ever played Daisy? Is that Daisy? I believe that's how it's pronounced, isn't it? It's a zombie sort of like version of Arma 3, right? Why is that thumbnail me? Some of these are a bit abhorrent. Like, okay, some of these are a little bit on the sketchy side. There's face injury. Saw that one coming. What in the actual fuck? And it's some promiscuous fan art that I can't show because somebody's actually arted that. And I don't want to use it without their permission, even though it does say what the actual fuck on it. Because I imagine they probably didn't start the meme. It's also a little bit too for me. Some of these are a bit confusing. This is making me smile endlessly. This is making this has made my week. This stuff is just. You're wearing a Spartan beard. Eventually it'll go. What is face injury? It's John Marston at the start of the game. There's one that just says Jose is horny. And it's based... Oh no! This one is actually based on something. This one... I think this is a screenshot that I took. Where Jose is sat on the log or something. I can't remember if I did. But yeah, that is a bit... Stop it. Stop it. Like, behave. Yeah. Jose arisen, so am I. When I'm upset, I literally go on that Reddit and... I might have to bookmark it. In fact, I've bookmarked it now, so I will know where to go in future to have a laugh. But genuinely, some funny things on here. Some is a little bit... Well... cautious. I found the Dutch one with his feet. It's just an expanded version of the thumbnail, but he's got feet in it. I don't know. There's no law against showing feet, is there? There's no law against it. Is there anything in this image like penises that I should be worried about? Ah, sod it. I only have one YouTube channel. I only have one life. What is that? Why? Why have you done that? Right, goodbye. That's ridiculous. There's something a little bit there's the brain injury thing, but it's expanded so that his feet are in it. Who made that? I want to know who made that so I can tell him to get help. There's one meme that's just Jack Marston with Comic Sans and it says, "What font are you guys using?" Oh no. I think I've come to the end of that thread, or have I? But the thread is pretty endless. So the pinned post on this Reddit is all about the brain injury meme, basically. Which is better for you, AC Odyssey or Valhalla? Honestly, not really. I'm not really too keen on either these days. But yeah, it is like picking a favourite tumour, isn't it? So there's that thread, and that's nice. So if you sort by newest, Jack has gone, Fizhy has found you. So that everybody knows that I have now seen what has happened. But imagine if all of them are really confused as to what started it, so they have no clue. I can only hope that's the case, because they'll be like, who the fuck is that? You know, that's the best way to go about it. I need water in my life. So, I am now a sea creature. And there's a fly getting about, so if you see him, tell him to fuck off. Just got here. More decades, please. Love the castle tours, pub history, and the Jack the Ripper videos. Thanks for those. It's my pleasure. I enjoy making that content. I'm sure I will make some more soon enough. I've got ideas coming out my ears. It's just about getting on location and getting them done. I think we should stop talking about particularly promiscuous memes now. Surely these memes have given you some new video ideas. Not even one. Not even one. But I would love to know what kind of content you guys are actually interested in before we go anywhere. Forever going to take credit as the guy who told you about that Reddit. But yeah, let's move on. Thanks for responding. Yeah, it's my pleasure. I enjoyed it. It was really funny. I had a good laugh. I didn't know that Reddit existed. I knew that there was a meme that's spilled onto Twitter about that brain injury thumbnail. And I know that there's another image of me circulating out there that's a meme that gets thrown around on a subreddit that I can't remember what it's about, but it's nothing to do with gaming. And I've got like swimming goggles on upside down and a buzz cut. And I call myself the chromosome police, but it had a different meaning back then. I was just taking the piss, and probably a little bit the wrong way, because I was about 15, 16. But that's a meme now as well, somewhere out there. There's the fly. You can fuck off. Where can I find that? I don't know. I don't know. I can't wait for the new Arthur Morgan versus Breaking Bad verse in 2024. Yo, hello, Captain Crossbow. Hello to My Life is Ruined. What's the best Rockstar game in your opinion? I don't know. I mean, there are some good ones. There's some ones I'm not too keen on. Steve. The meme with you with the hood on is peak. That might be the one. Or is it? There's another one where me screaming Assassin's Creed into a microphone briefly became a bit of a meme. But honestly, for the most part, I try to avoid getting memed too much. Well, I don't try to. I just manage to. I think it's somewhere along the lines of not being too funny, and that's okay. That's all right. Have you ever watched a White Light video? Yes, I have. Very well put together, like video essays, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I do know who White Light is and what White Light does more than anything. But I have seen the odd video here and there. Of course, I have. The best game is Feet Sim 2. What's your favourite car? My favourite car, what that I've driven, or that I look at and go, that's nice. Because I can only really judge the cars I've driven, of which there are not many. I'd have to open the list and tell you all the cars that I've driven, and then I'll give, because they'll come back to me when I look at them. So if I go to, I've got like a list of all the cars that I've driven in case somebody asked this question. So let me find it. Where is it? Where are you? Where are you? Please give me the cars driven list.
so I can review every car I've ever driven for this man. I must tell you.
I've got it somewhere in here. I know I do, because it will be not far off this. There's one that just says... Okay. I need to find this now. It's in this list somewhere. I know it is. I know it's somewhere in here, but it's gone. I'm sure it's in here somewhere. Bear with me. I will find it. And... yes. I will find it and then I'll tell you all about it. Alright, where are you? It's gone! No, where are you? Oh, it's at the bottom. Here we go. Right, cool. It was right at the bottom. It was not organised based on when they were updated. It was organised based on when I added them to the list. Let's skip those ads so that they don't play, because it said it came up in the corner. I have made a meme. I have a crippling brain injury bottom text. Okay. So here are the cars that I have driven, so that I can review them all for you. So obviously I learned in a Vauxhall Astra Mark 7 2016. It was a hatchback. It was a 1.6 litre diesel. It was very heavy for what it was, or at least it felt it, because I was learning at the time. I couldn't review it as a qualified driver, because by the time I was qualified I never drove it again. Because it wasn't my car, it was my instructor's, and it was alright. And then I bought a Vauxhall Astra Mark 6 SRI 2011. That was my first car, and it was alright at first, and then it just got more and more mechanical issues as time went on. It was a 1.4 litre petrol, so it was a lot lighter, but it was still heavy because it was just fuck ugly, and that weight weighed it down. 1998 Skoda Felicia. It had a collapsed suspension. It had no coolant. The oil must have been about 3 years old or something. It didn't look well maintained. It was rusted. It was rotten, and we ragged it around country lanes, and not country lanes, but like private like green lanes on a farm, until it conked out, and it just never did. Not once did it conk out. Ever. It would just keep going. And we named it Keith. It was lovely. It was a lovely car. It was horrible. Horrible car. We don't talk about Keith. We don't talk about Keith. In fact, I could probably find an image of Keith, and then you can see what I mean when I'm talking about Keith. I need to find it. If I Google myself and then Skoda, will it show up? Because I tweeted about it. No, I have to go into, apparently. No, if I type it in Twitter. Right, please show up. Ah, here's Keith. Here's Keith. I found Keith. I found an image of Keith. This is Keith. This was Keith. Say hello to Keith. He was an absolute Keith. Yeah, this is Keith. And went the wrong way. As you can imagine, it was probably somebody's pride and joy once upon a time, but we bought it for £150, ragged it around for a day, scrapped it for the exact same value. So yeah, it doesn't matter. It was a car that was 20 odd years old when we'd done that. And yeah, then there's that. 2003 Nissan Almera, briefly. It was Connor's car. It's alright. Which is weird. I didn't expect it. It was a special edition 1.5 litre 2003 Nissan Almera petrol. Only ever got to drive that at low speeds. It was fine. Don't worry about it. Honda Jazz. Brilliant. Fucking love the Honda Jazz. 2019 Kia Sportage. Big, bulky, automatic transmission that confused me. It was a 1.6 litre diesel. Ford Focus ST Line 2018, too cramped. It was a 1 litre turbo, far too cramped. Far too cramped, especially with the infotainment system coming out of the dashboard at you. So it was horrible. I didn't really like it that much. Ford Focus Z-Tech TDCi 2009. That was a 1.8 litre diesel. I had it for a day when a coolant line went in the Astra. Who'd have thought? So it was there, and they gave me a car to drive around for a day until it was fixed. And what I got was that Focus, and my God, it stank of diesel. The check engine light came on about 20 times, in the space of 24 hours. Red Dead Redemption Outlaw, yo Fishy, hello, how are you? But yes, it was a diesel that had been used to drive petrol miles. So it had done 160 odd thousand miles, but they were short trips. So by that point, the engine was absolutely frazzled because the car hadn't been driven right. Because it was basically, we keep your car in, you drive this around for the next couple of days. You're not going very far, which is, that's not what diesels are really designed for. Hyundai i20 2013 1.2 litre petrol. I was really surprised that thing moved off on the clutch alone, but it does. It was very light, very, very light. Vauxhall Insignia Grand Sport SRI 2018, perhaps the fucking worst car, most boring car I've ever driven. Yes, and Ford Mondeo Mark V Titanium 2017, which is a fastback basically. So it's a hatchback, saloon sort of. It's a saloon. It's a hatchback that looks like a saloon. So obviously, instead of having the boot that opens into a separate compartment, it's just a door that opens into the cabin from the back. And that's not, and that's basically the difference. It was. I bought it. I like it. The i20 is currently the daily for my family. It's very nice. Yeah, it's a small car. It was 2013, so it's a couple generations ago now. But they did start to make it actually kind of like a a reasonable size, so that's okay. But yeah, what do you say is the? What do you say is the fastest out of all that you've driven? I haven't actually driven many quick cars. I'm looking at this list and none of them are especially fast. Well, I mean, my Mondeo's got a ridiculous amount of torque, but it's not fast. It sacrifices top speed. I mean, it's a diesel anyway. You don't drive it for speed. You drive it because you're going to do miles. But I haven't driven many fast cars. Maybe the Focus ST line, but that's just a Focus with an ST body kit. And that not very much else, and it just looks like a hatchback. What will be your dream car? Oh God, what would be? I don't actually have a dream car. I like cars. I like being around cars, and I like driving cars. But I couldn't say I actually had a dream car, because if I had stupid amounts of money, I'd still drive a Ford Mondeo until it died. But I probably I have no ambition whatsoever on this, but if I could, I'd definitely have a smaller petrol of some description, just to have around, something that's just a bit more ridiculous, just for fun. But no, lots of of the cars that I've driven though. To answer the question that was asked that made me actually list them. I like my Mondeo. Manuals are good fun. A pain to drive through towns, though. You forget you're doing it. It's fine. I'll take it being a pain to drive through towns if it means that I don't have to do some weird brake gas control going into a parking space. Also, Nissan Skyline R32, R34 either will be great for me, but recently a lot of collectors have been importing them to South Africa. I may be in luck. Fair enough. I mean, I'd probably get like something really, really clapped just for a joke. Like a car I've always wanted to own for some reason. And not because it's necessarily great, but the reason why is because it's rare to find one for sale, because the people who buy them keep them. And that is the Mark 1 Fiat Multipla. It is a car that exists, put it that way. It is. If I find a picture of it and send it to you, you will know exactly why it would be funny to have. Because look at that. State of that. What is that? Who came up with that? Who sat down and went, look, I have come up with the next big thing. It's got 3 seats in the front, 3 in the back, and it looks like somebody's taken a sledgehammer to the front of an SUV. That's what you come up with. Well, it is a bit shit. What the hell? Oh my god, no way. But I've got like a soft spot for really funky shit cars that I think they're funny. I'd have to have a semi-decent one to get about, but yeah, it would be good. It would just amuse me endlessly to get about in some wacky vehicle. Yes, I have an Italian motor of the finest spec. Shows up in a Mark 1 Multipla. Is that the same Fiat that Top Gear turned into a pensioners mobile? It already was one, so I don't know if they did. It's a car that definitely wouldn't... It's not a car that appeals to the youth, put it that way. But I've always wondered, is there like a cut-off point where people go, right, let me find something of peculiar colour for a car and of peculiar bodywork so that I can drive it into the ground. But the thing is, apparently they just don't die. If I'm getting a goofy car, I'm getting a Miata and speccing it out for all the goofy fun. Yeah, I mean, they're not even goofy. They just, headlights just, boop. You know, they just come out when they're needed and they go away when they're not to create a sleek look. And they look like a smiley face when they're out. But when they're not, it just looks like a car. But, is that the Top Gear car where they took the roof off, lol? If they took the roof off it would actually look a bit more normal. But no. They're just so tiny. I don't know if I'd fit in a tiny car then. But, I mean, I'm not huge. I'd fit in a few cars, but it would have to be one that's comfortable, bulky. But if I were to get a car that wasn't the Mondeo, for some reason, I keep the Mondeo purely so that I didn't look like an absolute cretin all the time. But I'd like soup it up. I'd soup up. People do that. People like soup up multiplas for some reason. They turn them into absolute nutcases. Let me see if I can find it. Like, there's an image of one somewhere, and it just... No, I can't find it, but it is out there, and there's like an image of somebody that's modified it within an inch of its life and turned it into something absolutely mental, and it still looks like a multipler, and that I've found the image, so I'm going to pop it in. I hope there's no cocks in it. There we go. There it is. That is... Look at that. Who's done that? Who has done that? Who has gone, you know what I need? You know what I really need? I need that. Yeah. There's this awful thing called the Ford KA. Yeah, they're very popular in the UK. They're very popular in the UK, aren't they? Ford KAs or Kaz or whatever you want to say. They're tiny. I can't stand them. I look at them and I go, there's not much between you and the lorry going into the back of you at 50 miles an hour. I get a DeLorean and convert it to electric. What, so it actually performs reasonably? I don't know. Apparently they're very unreliable, those DeLoreans, though. Like, apparently they just don't do well, but I don't know much about it. What was your first car, Fishy? It was the Mark 6 Astra J from 2011. The lad I sold it to was a friend, and he called it Craig. What was that Aston Martin that's really small and built on a Toyota chassis? I know exactly what you mean. Let me open Auto Trader because I can actually find one. And then you'll know. Then I'll know even. So if I go to Aston Martin, is it the Signet? Yes, it's the Signet. It's based on a Smart 4.2, I think, actually. But yes. Howdy ho, enjoying Mirage. I haven't played Mirage, at least not yet. I mean, I haven't really... Like, I don't know. I thought to myself, if I'm to play it, I'll play it for no reason other than to kill time at a later date. Because I don't feel obligated into it. I'm surprised I've turned this chat from probably what would be Red Dead stuff into cars. I appreciate a change of discussion. I don't know massive amounts about it, vehicles, but I do know enough to get by. And I know that if you buy an Aston Martin and wind up with the Signet, then you're a fucking idiot, aren't you? It's a 1.33 litre CVT, so it will scream at you. It does 106 miles per hour, screaming at you all the way. And 0 to 60 miles an hour, 11.6 seconds. It's got less than 100 brake horsepower and kicks out 125 foot-pounds of torque. So you're spending 30 grand on something that's worth, like, I don't know, a tenth of that. As far as the car you're getting for your money, that is the worst deal I've ever seen. I love how Ford stole the grille design from Aston Martin. You noticed that? Did they? Did they actually? Let me have a look, because mine has that grille design in question. I don't think they stole it necessarily. I mean, they definitely very similar, but I think they're just probably an effective grille. But you are right; they are very similar. Who owns Aston Martin? That's a good question, because it will be who owns Aston Martin. Okay, so they're sort of like still self-owned. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. So I'm getting about in a fake Aston Martin, not a Ford Mondeo after all. I'm so lost because I know nothing about cars. That's okay, we'll bring it back to earth in a minute. Ford had Aston's chief designer on board for a time. That would do it. That would do it. And it would explain that facelift in particular that then translated to all of their cars, if I'm not mistaken. One thing I find funny is when the Kia Soul went to shit and all the other car companies made massively better copies. So the Kia made the Soul. Didn't Nissan then come out with the Cube? Is that what happened? Because I don't know. I don't know. So the Kia Soul, I look at it and I think that's the last thing you'd have if you drove one. But I have seen it, and they are a little bit bulky, I think. Nissan Cube. The Nissan Cube is a horrible looking car in its own right. Oh god. It's like a... How do I describe it? It's... Greetings, traveller. This is a big high-res image. Let me, yeah. State of that. State of that. Like, would you rather be driving that, or would you rather be driving the Fiat Multipla? I'd take the Multipla. Why? Because it owns it. But they soup those up too. Hyundai has been going mad with their recent cars. The N-Line, yeah, the i30N fastback, genuinely fantastic looking car, especially in baby blue. What in God's name? That is the Nissan Cube. That is what it's called. And does it live up to its reputation? Find out after the break. We'll never find out. But Hyundai has indeed been going a little bit silly with their cars of late. Apparently they're quite easy to steal, and people want to steal them, which is new too. My friend has a Jeep Renegade, and I rag on him and call it the Jeep Kia Soul. The Jeep Renegade? Let me have a look. That doesn't sound like a car that doesn't... Oh. You expect it to look far more rugged than it does. It's just a bit boxy. But I can see that it has infinitely more appeal than a Soul. Yeah. Yes, but that's... I don't know. Fizhy, the new Top Gear presenter. No, I just like chatting shit about cars on occasion. It makes me smile to know that there's a world beyond games, even on this channel. There is a world beyond games. Ooh, that shit show. Hi, Fizhy. Hello, Enoch. The BMW grills are shockingly ugly. The new ones, where they've gone for like long. Pig-nosed crumpet. Okay, what does that mean? What does pig-nosed crumpet mean? I've never heard that. BMW 20. Let's have a look at the. I suppose we'd like. I suppose I'd probably like look at the example of a 3 Series or something. Oh, it's not too bad. It's just a face. It just gives it a face, doesn't it? Maybe it's a different car that does it worse. Maybe it's the more sporty lines that do it worse. The electric. Let me find something that. Okay, I can see it being polarized. I have no idea. It sounded British, and that's why it made no sense. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it just. I'm wondering, did you play AC Mirage yet? I haven't yet. I don't know if I will, but if I do, I'll probably stream through it for a laugh. But it won't be in this release hype period, so that everyone can actually sort of like move on from it, and then they'll just watch it if they want to hear me chat about it, and if they don't, then they're not going to look for somebody who doesn't necessarily but they don't necessarily want to look for me. So I want to be out of what can be found for the time being with regards to Assassin's Creed Mirage content, so that if I do in future decide to stream anything about it, it's people from the channel who are just here for a laugh like me. Can you break out your finest English slang? What, and keep my YouTube channel? I like your ultra beard. You probably like it more than I do. But I appreciate that. Excited for your critique. I don't know if I'd make one. I certainly don't plan on paying attention to it, in the sense that I don't necessarily plan right now on paying attention to it. Maybe in future that will change, and and you know, it's not impossible, but I'll come at it from a place of zero obligations on my end. I'll be like, well, I don't feel obligated to talk about it if I don't want to. I'd rather just have a laugh and then move on and treat it like it's nothing to me, even if it is actually all right, and that will be the joy of it. You look like a lumberjack in a good way. I appreciate that, but I think I actually look like one in a bad way, and by that I mean I can't seem to control it. It's just like a massive clump of hair. Look, it is genuinely like proper long now as well. It's getting that way. And my neck is in absolute state as well. Like, you know, it needs to go. It does need to go. Largely. Not fully, because like I said, I just have a sore face and a stubble. So I'll probably cut it back down to a shorter length and go again, because it won't take me too long. But yeah, the beard is a fixture on my face because I can't get rid of it even if I tried. But I think in this incarnation it's going to get in my way eventually. Like, already the hairs just go over my lip. Are you planning on playing Mirage? I'm not planning not to play Mirage, if that makes sense. Not on the agenda right now, but it might be in the future. That's all I can say about it. Because, you know, right now I'm just doing other things. Even if those other things are completely pointless. When things settle down a little bit more, maybe I'll find it like second-hand in game or something, fire it up because I have nothing else to do, and then I'm going to be in a position to be pleasantly surprised rather than in a position to be disappointed, or well, not disappointed, but completely expectant of what I anticipate, which is a franchise that I can't bring myself to care too much for anymore. You have the beard of some old Austrian or German general. Is that a compliment? I hope it is. I don't know. I don't know how. It depends on how far back you go. But yeah. Yeah, I'll take it. What about Baldur's Gate 3? Anything about that interested you? Genuinely, yeah. Yeah, it does, but I don't know much about Baldur's Gate. I know it's like a... Is it like a Dungeons and Dragons game that's just been... Well, that's been turned into a game? Is that the best way to do it? But it does interest me. I've never played a Baldur's Gate game before, though. So, should I start with the first one, or does it not really matter? You let me know what you think, and then I'll go from there. Oh, no, not the sex game. Well, all the best games have a bit of sex. No, they don't. But... sometimes. And have you tried playing some From Software games like Elden Ring? Bits and bats. Very D&D from the looks of it. That's what we like. Some bits and bats. Yes, I've always wanted to fondle an eldritch nightmare. I don't know what any of that sentence meant. I got up to the eldritch and nightmare bit, but I don't understand what those two words mean. The rest of it does not sound like it goes quite where I was hoping it would. So maybe not after all, but we'll see. There's a lot out there that I need to get around to playing that I just haven't had the chance to yet, and that is the truth. Baldur's Gate 3. I know I figured it out, but I don't know what an eldritch nightmare actually is. I figured it's something to do with Baldur's Gate, but I don't know what, if I'm being entirely honest. So, Godspeed to me. How big is your backlog for games? Not very big, because I don't tend to keep one. I just go, oh, that interests me, I'll play a bit of that. For example, I played Starfield because of course I did. I'm more interested in seeing where the Elder Scrolls 6 goes, which will probably release sometime after my funeral. And then I'll probably, with Starfield done, I look forward to Marvel's Spider-Man 2. That'll be fun. Yeah, I look forward to that. That should be a good time. You know what you expect with games like that. Just joyous madness. And Spider-Man. And that's a nice combination. Besides that, is there anything else this year? Alan Wake? I don't know when that releases. When does Alan Wake release, or is it already? Alan Wake 2? 27th of October? I'll have to carve out some time for that then, won't I? Elder Scrolls 6 comes out when Earth ends up like it does in Starfield. Gotcha. Star Wars Battlefront 3 doesn't come out after I die. What's the song that you want played at your funeral? At my funeral, I don't care. Play something. Just celebrate. I'm gone. I can't hurt you anymore. Are you going to be playing Mirage? Look, not necessarily right away. That's all I can say. But if I do in the future, I do, and if I don't, I don't. That's how I've been answering it so far this stream. I think you will like playing Armored Core 6. What is Armored Core? And it says 6, so do I have to play 5 other games to understand it? Fires of Rubicon. Oh, I like Rubicon Mango. It's a nice drink. It looks a bit robot-y. It's just robots scrapping. Bionicle, the video game. Have you seen the D brand Spider-Man themed plates for the PlayStation 5? No, I haven't. Some kids showed up for Halloween today. It's the 7th of October. Yeah, here you just don't get them showing up anytime. Not even on Halloween. They just don't show up. I wonder why. Bionicle, the video game, is very apt. I'll take it. I am the master of deduction. I do want to go and play some like really mental Steam games, but you have to vet them like extensively. Like you can't just fire up a random game you find on Steam and turn it into content because you don't know when the next penis is going to show up. And that's the truth. Where's this fly is still in the room and it's actually bothering me now. Like, where did it come from? Why did they spawn? Mariah Carey is thawing out for a yearly paycheck. Fishy, please respond. Hello, Rocker230. Fishy plays Lego Island. If it's not Red Dead Redemption 2, favourite story told in gaming? Good question. Ooh. There's lots of stories told in gaming. Lots and lots of them. I mean, that's a good question. I actually don't know. There are some games-related stories that I really get behind and I can really go with it for a bit, and there are others that I just can't. I don't know if I have a favourite, because I always find that that's criteria to disappoint you against. But it's fun to answer the question as well, so I'll say that there's a few that could definitely compete, if that makes sense. This fly is just chilling. It's just getting about. It's just absolutely loving life. It needs to die. You probably can't see it because it's a small boy. But I will kill it. I don't think it is a fly, actually. It's just it's a little bit more amber. Die. Oh, it got away. I'm kind of pleased. I don't want to kill it. But it won't fuck off, so... I can see it. Do a fly swatting stream. I'll be sat having a pint and it's like 6 wasps. The other day, me and Connor was sat at a pub having a few pints in what is effectively a beer garden, and a wasp came over and Connor trapped it under a glass, and then another one came over and he trapped it on underneath another glass, and then there was another one coming and he'd run out of glasses, so he just went, and that was saddening. But yes, it was a bit genocidal. Open the door. Murder of mosquitoes. I should open the window, actually. Maybe it will then make a friend, which is more likely than it leaving. Now you can hear traffic. And that's kind of how it goes. So, yeah. I can't wait to be able to drink alcohol. Trust me, it's nothing to necessarily look forward to. It is just what it is. You know, it's a pint. But when it becomes part of your day, well, it's not about becoming part of your day, it's about becoming part of your week. This fly is going to die. Right, I didn't kill it. Don't know if I got it. I hope the flies can get in from a window, but for some reason they can't get out. Because they have no understanding of what a window is. I tried alcohol a few times. I don't think it's for me. I don't drink very often. Oh, it's still about. Right. There's 2. I opened the window and now there's fucking 2 of them. Right, I guess we're doing this the old-fashioned way. I know how to handle this. Where have you gone? Fly. Oh no, it's disappeared. Now it's gone. Right, so. Oh, there it is. It's gone again. Right. This room is an absolute state. That's why I attract them. I know it's here somewhere. I can feel it. I can feel its presence. In America, you can own a flamethrower for press control. This is a Hoover. This is a Hoover. Unless it is actually a flamethrower. It is the wrong way in. But it doesn't actually fit for some reason. It might be the right way in. It's supposed to go in like so. And then it doesn't really feel like it's sat there comfortably. And this is... There are a couple of buggies in this already that needed to go. That got in the way, effectively. And only the more pesty ones. Not like spiders. I don't do it to spiders. Spiders are harmless. But anything that can sort of like get about. It's not a shotgun. It's Hoover. There's your proof. It is a Hoover. It's coming for you. Have a look inside the Hoover. Have a look inside the Hoover. What do you think of the inside of my Hoover? Eh? What do you think about the inside of my Hoover? Oh wow. Yes. Yes indeed. Right, okay, that's enough of that. You know you sound like another YouTuber called Lasers. What, in the sense they're both from the UK? The vacuum killer. Why would it be a shotgun, Fishy? Why would it be a shotgun? Fishy isn't American. Ironically, the shotgun is the one gun that anybody in the UK could probably legally own quite easily. But yeah. You couldn't carry it around. That's where the line is drawn. But no, I think I'll have to murk the fly in a minute. When it's like at its fill. It needs to get tired and sleep, and then I can kill it for being a pest and all of that. I don't want to kill it. I want it to leave the I want it to leave the building, but it's not paying rent. Oh, seriously, I thought firearms were outright banned. No, not even close. Not even close to outright banned. There are some very heavy control rules, such as you can't go around carrying one. That's one of them, and you can't shoot people. And you have to keep them in very specific conditions and things like that. But no, there are. You can in the UK own a gun if you know what you're doing and you have a license and you know it's on a record somewhere and you have a purpose for owning it and things like that. It's a massive misconception. I'll give you that. But you don't necessarily need a weapon to live your life in the UK, and that's kind of the point. So it's an understanding. It's an understanding that you can't. If you can't shoot people, then what's the point? Exactly. There is none. All Americans in the chat just left. Reality hit. Guns aren't as banned in the UK as they thought. Well, they are a little bit more banned. There are certain weapons you can't own, but yeah, you apparently you can indeed own a shotgun with a license. You need licenses, and you need a reason to have it. It's as simple as that, and that can be as simple as sport, apparently. But no, there's no outright banning of firearms in the UK. American school janitors have to deal with bullets. SMH. It's just casings. They'll be all right. As for the bullets, we know where they wound up. But look, that's enough of that. That's enough of talking about things that you don't need to know. So, I'm probably going to disappear into the ether now and think about things. Yeah, the weapon and ammunition does need to be stored separately. Yeah, I think that is correct. They need to be equally stored securely, but separately. Yes. But yeah, I think I'm going to disappear into the ether now. It's been nice having a proper chinwag with you. I have no idea what I'm going to do for content for the next few days. Excuse me. I've been mostly playing AC Mirage. It's been good fun in my opinion. I'm glad to hear it. If I do get round to playing it at some point, I'll be doing it on stream for a laugh later on rather than in this hype period, and then it'll be nice and relaxed. But it's been good to have a proper chat. Will you try to stream more often after this? I hope so. I hope I'll find some things to stream. I'll definitely stream like Marvel Spider-Man 2, unless something changes between now and then, I'll do that. But for the time being, everybody, thank you all for watching. Really hope you've enjoyed. Try not to take anything that's come out of my nonsense mouth too seriously. I'm a fool. And it's been an absolute pleasure to interact with you all on this fine evening. But yes, see you all soon. Take care. Don't know what I'm doing. Bye.